Hey team, we're off to Germany today for the Dortmund workout, one of our sets workouts. This one, 4 stations, 3 exercises per station, and we're going to work through 3 rounds of each station before we move on. So pretty simple format today. So I start on station 1, do my exercise A to the red reps, B, C, that's 1 round, second round, third round, done, move on, and then I do that for each of the 4 stations and I'm done. All right? Let's go through it. The weighted dead bug is our first exercise. The dead bug is one of the most fantastic core exercises, and the weighted version is just a little step up, a little extra challenge for this. So what I'm going to do is get that pelvic tuck, lock in that core into its neutral position, and then from there, I'm going to simultaneously lower the ball to the ground and one leg, all right? That's easy to do, not so easy to do if I keep that pelvic tuck throughout. It's easy just to let the abs go, let the core go, and let my back arch, but to get that tuck and then maintain that tuck perfectly as I extend is where the challenge comes in. So I'm going to alternate legs, simultaneously lower the leg as I lower the ball, keep the arms relatively straight. I'm going to do 20 reps of that, which is 10 each leg and 20 of the arms. All right, then I've got another really challenging prone core exercise, which is the push to plank. So basically it means I'm going from a hand plank down to a forearm plank and back up again. But the trick is to be able to do that without moving the hips too much. Well, I see a lot of this on social media and people kind of go up and down, the hips going everywhere. They're missing the point of the exercise, which is to maintain hip stability throughout. All right, so you can have your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width for this. Brace that core nice and tight, nice long posture. Now, can I go down to my forearms without too much rocking of the hips? Then back up to my position. This time I'm going to lead with my left arm first, down. Keep those hips as still as I can. Imagine I've got something like a ball resting my back, and I don't want to move the hips so that ball falls off, all right? So slower the better. Don't focus on the arms, focus on what's going on here. All right, then we're going to what's called a standing hip correction. I couldn't think of a better name for it, but what it is, I'll just take my shirt off, jumper off. So we do a lot of glute medius work in our core focused workouts because it's so important in hip stability, hip strength, which is important in our core strength. And so what it is, I stand on one leg, I let myself lose hip posture, and then I regain it. Let myself lose hip posture so that glute medius is being lengthened, and then I bring that hip back to alignment, which is what the glute medius does. Lose it, draw it back in, squeeze the glutes, lose it, like I'm bumping someone next to me, bring it back in again, and try to keep my balance as I do that, okay? So you've got to be quite focused, have it not squat next to you, and as I said, think about losing it, and then it's nice and tall, and you'll start to feel that working through the side glute there. We've then got your stars, your skips, star jump, so just a bit of a practice for a different variation of the skipping. Also, what we do in some of these core workouts is we add a bit of a cardio coordination burst in there, because then the next couple of exercises after that, which are core, are a little bit harder because of that, because I'm out of breath, all right? So there's a double purpose for it. The star jump skip is just, I'm going to be skipping with my legs going like that. So I start with my feet together, and then you'll notice that I go through the rope with my feet together, but as the rope goes through, I then split my feet at the last second. So I get that little spread. So the rope goes under, and then I spread my legs. Don't overthink it, just have a play with it. It's 60 reps. If you make a few mistakes, it doesn't matter, but just, have a bit of a play with it. Nice variation. We've then got our crossover sit-ups. So starting just on our bum, hands on the temples. Never have your hands behind your neck because that tends to put pressure on the back of the neck. So from here, lower down, up and touch opposite knee, down, up and touch opposite knee, like so. Stay controlled, no jerky movements, and you really want to feel that burning through the abs. All right, we then flip over, perfect supine position. My arms are stacked, my hips are stacked over my knees. From there, tuck the pelvis, which stabilizes my hip complex, and from there, opposite arm and leg extend, but I'm trying not to shift my hips from side to side as I do that. So once again, if I was balancing a tray of drinks on my back, I wouldn't have them fall off. Simultaneous movement, full extension. So don't lift the arm, then the leg. Make sure they open together, come back together. Maintain that spine position as we go. Station 3, my leg lowers. Once again, another one of these supine hip pelvic tuck exercises. There we go. So down like so, tuck the pelvis, hold that nice and tight, go as low as I can, maybe only about there. Anything lower now, I'm going to lose my position. Come back, tuck the pelvis, brace tight, like so. Come back. It's not working here, it should be working here. If you find it too hard, you can have your head up. It's a bit of a cheat, so better here, but if you need a bit extra assistance, you can have your head up. Then we've got our kneeling wood chops. So this is about 4 or 5 kilos. You can go a bit heavy, a bit lighter, whatever you've got around the house. I go from outside my knee, up nice and high. Outside my knee. So it's all about maintaining my posture through rotation and controlling that weight from side to side. So those obliques are working, my core is working as I'm adding a rotational component, which then obviously is great for lifting kids, lifting suitcases, lifting bags, playing sport, all that where we need that strong rotation. All right, then we've got my side bridge with abduction. One of the best whole body core exercises you can do. Lock that elbow under the shoulder, fist out of the bottom hand, simultaneously drive my bottom knee into the ground, which then pivots my hip up. And as I do that, I'm also going to raise that top leg up. Come back down again, drive this knee into the ground, which raises that bottom hip, simultaneous raise. So I'm working those glutes on both sides. I'm working the obliques. I'm working the shoulder. Fantastic exercise. X amount each side. Then we've got last station. We've got my skier skips. It's a little bit similar to the first skipping variation, but now we're just propping our feet back and forward. So nice and light on your feet, get a nice rhythm to it. My bear reaches. Knees as close to the ground as you can. Good strong position. Now keeping my knees, what I don't want to do, my knees are both an inch off the ground. What I'm trying to do here is not have one knee raised above the other. So to keep that one inch off the ground each, and then raise. Raise. What's going to want to happen is one knee is going to want to prop up, but I've got to keep them down, lock my core in. As soon as I lose one of my supporting pillars, everything else has to take over to maintain my structure. And then lastly, hamstring curls. Grab your towel, nice slippery surface, 24 reps, or keep the hips up, all the way out, my legs are straight and my bum's still off the ground, come back in, all the way out, come back in. If I haven't got the right surface or a towel, I can just do my little walkouts with a lead opposite every alternate rep. I lead with a different foot. All right, but keeping those hips up, filling those hemis. All right, guys, that's Dortmund.